So I just want to start where my colleague, Professor Sapir, stopped. So we are thinking about ways and means to live together, to coexist, because there's no way that one of the two parties will eliminate the other or throw the other into the sea. So our destiny is to live together. Let's try to find means and ways to live together in peace. In order to understand the conflict and to understand where to go from here, I just want to mention a few facts, basically numbers about the area, about the total population and refugees and settlements and other aspects. So I suggest that you take notes, guys, if you like, or maybe you have done your homework already and you know all the facts that I'm gonna mention. Maybe for the audience, some of you might need to know some of the information I'm gonna mention here. In terms of area, geographic area, we are, if you look at the map, you see the white side is the, what is Israel now, and the red, both in the West Bank and Gaza, is what is for the Palestinians or the Palestinian Authority. So what is this area? Israel is approximately 20,770 square kilometers, about 8,000 square miles. That's Israel, including all the parts, of course, in the north and the south. And in it, Israel, Census of Bureau of Statistics included Jerusalem too. That's for the Palestinians probably to make note of it. The West Bank is that kidney, the red one, is about 5,879 square kilometers. It's about 2,270 square miles. Gaza, the red one on the left by the Mediterranean, is 360 square kilometer. The population, globally, Palestinian population is about 10,000,001 people. 70% of the Palestinians, almost 7.5 million people, are refugees. More than 2/3 of the Palestinian refugees live in exile, live outside of the West Bank and Gaza. The Israeli Central Bureau of Statistics indicates that the Israel population stands at 7,373,000 that live in Israel. Some of 5,542,000 of the population, 75.5%, are Jewish Israelis. 1.5 million, like 20%, are Israeli Arabs, and the remaining 318,000, 4.4% of the population, are immigrants, and they live in Israel. We mentioned the refugees, but a good number of the Palestinians are refugees that live outside. There are 10 refugee camps. There are 58 official Palestinian refugee camps, 10 in Jordan, 12 in Lebanon, 9 in Syria, 19 in the West Bank, and 8 in Gaza. There are 4,375,000 Palestinian refugees in the region. Jordan, 1.8 million. Lebanon, 500,000, Syria, 500,000, West Bank, 705,000, and in Gaza there are about 1 million. Settlements, there are currently 120 officially recognized Israeli settlements and 102 settlements or outposts. Outposts are unauthorized but state-sponsored and funded by government ministries. These settlements and outposts are inhabited by a population of some 460 Israeli settlers. Approximately 200,000 of them live in settlements in and around East Jerusalem. The wall Many people heard about the wall. Eventually, the wall extends for about 721 kilometers between Israel and Palestine. 80% of the wall is being built on the West Bank land. Each kilometer of the wall, maybe it's not relevant, but for you to know, costs an estimate of 3.7 million. So this money could be spent somewhere else. Dollars. Not shekels, dollars actually. An estimate of 60,500 Palestinians that used to live within, let's say, the West Bank will be now on the other side of the wall, will be separated from the other villages and cities where they used to live. Water. After 1967, all water resources in the West Bank and Gaza Strip were property of the State of Israel. Palestinians therefore had to obtain a license from the Israeli military before developing any new water infrastructure on their own land. Mekarot, which is an Israeli water authority, still controls about 53% of the domestic water supply in the West Bank. Palestinians control and consume 11% of their natural water resources. Israel consumes 89% of the Palestinian water. Finally, the last thing I want to say, that currently we assume that the Palestinian Authority, of course, Abbas and his government controls basically.
These details that you're bringing, they're one-sided. We have other details. I don't know where they come from, but we know a lot of other things.
Okay.
Like, for example, that a lot of the Palestinians that live in Jordan are Jordanian citizens. So I don't know if you could declare them as refugees that don't have a nation. For example, 5 million.
The Palestinians who live in Jordan?
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Okay.
Okay. The number is different, but anyway, the way you're presenting it, I think it's a one-sided thing. Palestinians are not necessarily so discriminated all over the world and suffering. And the water issue is an economic issue, at least. It's like
just a second. Let
no,
me
so
finish.
I think the details here are a little bit are one-sided, and maybe they're not relevant for what we're going to talk.
To balance the
do their
picture,
homework.
do you have any data about how many terrorist attacks were against Israel during this time, during the last time? Just to balance the picture.
Well, no, I don't have it on me now.
Okay, you don't have to continue, please.
Okay, the Hamas so far, we assume that it controls the Gaza Strip, and Mahmoud Abbas and the Palestinian Authority controls the West Bank. That's basically, in general, what I have, numbers, and I have no objection whatsoever for any of the Israeli delegation to come up or present a different number or different things on the ground.
Can we get a copy of what you just read?
Sure.
Okay, what is going to be that during the negotiation, everyone's going to bring his own data, and we're going to discuss and to clarify these things. Because he's not objective, I'm not objective, and you're not objective. This is the reason we have negotiation here. And by the way, before I forget, if someone wants to comment in the internet, there's going to be in YouTube site, it's going to call Peace Experiment. And then you can write your comments and hopefully again to the point. So now we're going to start the negotiation. And the first thing, both sides have to come with an agreement about suspension of the violent struggle. The Israeli or the Palestinian delegation, do you have any kind of suggestion how to agree to suspend the violent struggle? Because we have to formulate a document and both of you have to sign on it.